Scene script. Have you ever wondered how a peaceful day can suddenly turn into a nightmare? That's exactly what happened on January 1st, 2024 in Western Japan. Imagine this. You're going about your usual day, the sun is shining, the birds are singing, and then, without warning, the ground beneath your feet starts to shake. You're in the middle of an earthquake, one of nature's most unpredictable and devastating phenomena. This is not a scene from a disaster movie, but a real-life event that struck the people of Western Japan on the dawn of the new year, 2024. Earthquakes, they don't send an RSVP. They crash the party unannounced, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. One moment, you're in the comfort of your home or workplace, and the next, you're in the midst of chaos, grappling with the aftermath of a magnitude 7.5 earthquake. The ground shakes, buildings sway, roads crack open, and the world as you know it is turned upside down. That's exactly what happened in Western Japan. A peaceful New Year's Day morning was shattered by a powerful earthquake. The epicenter, located in the Noto Peninsula of Ishikawa Prefecture on Honshu, Japan's main island, sent tremors that were felt far and wide. It triggered tsunami warnings, caused widespread destruction, and threw life out of gear. In the face of such unpredictability, one might wonder, why do earthquakes happen? It's all about the Earth's crust, made up of several large plates that are constantly moving. When these plates collide or slide past each other, the energy released causes the Earth to shake, resulting in an earthquake. The magnitude of this quake is a testament to the immense energy that was unleashed that fateful day. The unpredictability of earthquakes is what makes them so terrifying. They can strike anywhere, anytime, without warning, and when they do, they can cause immense damage, not just to buildings and infrastructure, but also to human lives. The earth shook, and in an instant, lives were changed forever. When the earth begins to shake, the immediate impact is often the most shocking. The first day of the new year, 2024, was marked by a rattling 7.5 magnitude quake that struck Western Japan, specifically the Noto Peninsula in Ishikawa Prefecture on Honshu, the nation's main island. This isn't just any region, it's a bustling area with a population density of 705 people per square mile and a GDP of $43.8 billion. The earthquake's immediate aftermath was as terrifying as the event itself. In a blink, a day of celebration turned into a day of fear and chaos. Tsunami warnings were issued, and the land was plunged into darkness as power outages swept across the region. The most heart-rending part, though, was the human cost. People were injured, lives were lost. The ground beneath them had not just shaken their homes, but their lives too. In the face of such an event, the immediate response becomes a matter of life and death. In the wake of a disaster, the response is crucial. When the ground shakes and the world as we know it seems to crumble, it's the immediate actions taken that can make all the difference. Let's talk about the disaster life cycle. It's a cycle that begins with preparation, moves on to response, then recovery, and finally, mitigation. Each phase is equally important and contributes to the overall effectiveness of disaster management. Preparation is the first step. It's all about being ready for the unexpected. This includes having evacuation plans in place, vaccination programs, and efficient communication systems. A well-prepared community can significantly reduce the impact of any disaster. Then comes the response phase, which is triggered immediately after a disaster. It's a race against time, a concerted effort to save lives and limit the damage. Resources are swiftly allocated, search and rescue operations are launched, and medical care is provided through triage. This is where the real heroes step in. The first responders, the medical staff, the volunteers. They work tirelessly, often putting their own lives at risk to help others. Following the immediate response is the recovery phase. After the dust has settled and the immediate threat has passed, the focus shifts to long-term recovery and rehabilitation efforts. This includes rebuilding infrastructure, restoring services, and providing mental health support to those affected. It's not just about physical recovery, but also about healing the emotional scars left by the disaster. And finally, we have the mitigation phase. This is where we learn from the disaster, where we take the lessons learned and implement measures to reduce vulnerability. It's about strengthening our defenses, about making sure we are better prepared when the next disaster strikes. The response to the earthquake in Japan embodies all these phases. It's a testament to the strength and resilience of the Japanese people, to their ability to come together in times of crisis and work towards a common goal: survival and recovery. The response phase is a testament to human resilience and the capacity to come together in times of crisis. After the dust settles, the real work begins. In the wake of such a calamitous event, the recovery phase commences. This is a time of healing, rebuilding, and lending a hand to those who have been affected. The efforts following such a disaster are not just physical, they are psychological too. The mental health of those affected becomes a paramount concern. Trauma can be a silent and invisible wound, often overlooked amidst the physical damage. However, it is equally important, if not more so, to address these psychological wounds. Support networks spring into action, providing not just medical aid, but also mental health support. Counselors, therapists, and support groups work tirelessly to help survivors cope with the aftermath of the disaster. They help individuals navigate through their feelings of fear, loss, and anxiety, providing them with the tools they need to heal and move forward. Beyond the immediate recovery, there's the final stage of the disaster life cycle: mitigation. This is where we take the lessons learned from the disaster and apply them to future planning. We examine what worked, what didn't, and how we can improve our response for future events. It's about learning from our experiences, our successes, and our failures. Mitigation involves implementing measures to reduce vulnerability. This might include improving building standards to withstand earthquakes, enhancing early warning systems, or refining evacuation plans. It's about being better prepared and building a more resilient infrastructure. Disasters, as devastating as they are, offer us a chance to learn, to grow, and to improve. They highlight the areas where we are vulnerable and provide us with the opportunity to strengthen these areas. We learn about our strengths, our weaknesses, and our capacity to adapt and overcome. In the face of such adversity, we must remember the lessons learned and strive to build a more resilient future. In the end, it is important to remember that amidst the chaos, there is always hope. Earthquakes, like the one that struck Japan, are unpredictable, sudden, and can cause immense devastation. The immediate impact is often overwhelming, but it is the swift and efficient response, including the allocation of resources and medical care, that can make a significant difference. The aftermath, though challenging, is also a time of learning, recovery, and rebuilding, where the strength of the human spirit shines through. As we remember the earthquake in Japan, let us also remember the strength of the human spirit and our ability to come together in times of adversity.